right now we're in the middle of a presidential election.
Oh, yeah. Especially with Miss Hillary, you're going to see some dirty politics because she's the Hillary and Billy Boy, they're like the kings of dirty politics. King and queen. I kind of like Obama for some reason. There's something about the guy I like. I have no idea out of the whole bunch who I'd want to be president, Republican or Democrat. I am really up in the air, except Hillary. She's the only one I don't want ever. Yeah, I don't even want her in America. I wish she'd leave the country. But when I'm out to the township as deputy mayor and have my suit and tie on, for the office, not for Jake Glassey, for the office, you have to maintain a certain decorum. And you have to, I do a lot of weddings. I have a wedding to do Thursday afternoon. I enjoy them. I always respect, that's that man and woman, or if it's two women or two guys, because I do a lot of civil unions, that's their big moment. So you go and you're very respectful. They can be idiots, and you get idiots. And you get fights. You always maintain your decorum, do your thing, and you leave. This guy was president of the most cherished office in the world. And I said, Bill Clinton didn't have enough respect for the office and his family to act like an animal. I mean, a gutter snipe. You want to do all that crap, do it on your own time. But guess what? For 4 years, you're not time. You're my president. Act the part. You can party all you want after that. Yeah, he's a big, nice-looking guy and all that, but you can party later. You're the one that married that bulldog, not me. I've had 3 wives. They were all good-looking women. At least I knew what I was doing. He married the bulldog woman. And after that, I had no respect for any of the Clintons. And I don't have anything against anybody else, just the Clintons. It's a cancer to the American way of life, of what our forefathers thought of. I think if, this is my opinion, I could be totally wrong, if our forefathers, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and the signers of the Declaration, ever come back and saw what the ACLU looks at this country as, they say, what are you kidding me? I mean, because they did believe in God and country and do things. They did. I mean, all of the, I guess pretty soon we're going to take In God We Trust off of our money, because some do-gooder thinks that that's the way to go. And, at that time we ought to flush everything down the toilet. Like I said, I feel sorry for my grandchildren. I hope that they're going to have to battle some of these idiots, and I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to have to worry about it at that point. But I can see problems on the horizon unless we stand up and be counted.
All the policies that are being made today affect their grandchildren, a lot of people.
Exactly.
What would you take in local politics that works in New Jersey and translate it to the national level that's not working up there?
I don't know anything that's working that good in New Jersey that I would transfer to. New Jersey's probably the worst example in the country to use because it's probably the worst in debt. I mean, we got states all around us that had surpluses, and we're in debt for billions. So I don't think there's anything in New Jersey that would that you could. We've lost home rule. We're one of the original 13 colonies or 13 states, and we have lost home rule as one of the original. And my town, Egg Harbor Township, is the best example. We have this terrible, terrible Pinelands law that said, "Oh, Egg Harbor Township, we're going to save all these woods and pinelands up here, but we're going to build 33,000 homes in your community, and you can do nothing about it." Duh. Nobody, you talk about common sense, nobody said, wait a minute, are you kidding? You're just picking a little 68 square mile town and demanding that they're going to take 33,000? Who the hell are you to do this? The people on that, the Pinelands law, which was Governor Florio and his crew, and the people on the Pinelands Commission are a disgrace, and I hope they all hear this. They're idiots. And we have tried to talk to them. I have been asked to leave the chambers several times, escorted out by the New Jersey State Police. And I'm not invited back there, incidentally. I have to watch on the television out in the foyer. But we had a ex-senator who did nothing, who was supposedly the super powerful senator from South Jersey, which was William Gormley, and he stuck it to us. Totally did nothing. And he had assembly people who just followed him along and kissed his butt, especially Frank Blee, who had no guts, who I understand is going to teach his Stockton. That's wonderful. He has no guts at all. He followed Mr. Gormley around like a puppy dog and did whatever Billy said. I'll debate them anytime, anywheres, what they did for us. Everybody's afraid to tell it like it is, and my reputation is I tell it like it is. I'm willing to sit down with anybody that's got the guts to look me in the face and tell me I'm lying one time. I'm not lying.
Are you challenging anybody in particular?
Yes, especially one of your associate professors, Mr. Frank Blee. He's a coward. He never came to our Republican Club meetings. We invited him. We begged him. We sent him letters. He never would come, I guess, because Bill Gormley wouldn't allow him. He marched step like an SS guy behind Bill Gormley, whatever Billy said. And Bill Gormley did what was best for Bill Gormley and his people. I'm doing my small part as a local politician to try to keep this country the way it was when I grew up. That's one thing that a lot of us that in my age bracket and even a lot younger than me say, our children and grandchildren will never see the freedom of this country that I saw. You just go to an airport, you get there 15 minutes before the plane left, you'd run in, or you could, if your grandparents were flying in from Denver, you could be at the airport to greet them when they come off the plane. Now you got to go and take your shoes off and your coat off, and these creeps aren't winning. They are winning. Our freedom that we knew in this country has been so eroded because of these creeps and because our borders are wide open and people don't see it. I mean, you can't even go in, you can't go to what's more American than a stock car race? You're only allowed to take a cooler so big and be searched on your way in to go to a stinking stock car race or a football game because of some Arab wearing a turban on his head out in the desert with his camel. And that's a true statement. And it sounds ridiculous. And it is. And the next time you go on an airplane, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, we're living in a lockdown country, but yet all these creeps and authorized people, they come in and out our borders, it seems at will, to cause trouble. But I can remember, I've lost most of my right leg. And I was in an airport a few years ago and set off all the alarms. And I told the guy I got a metal leg and blah, blah, blah. He said he wanted to see the scars. In my pocket, I was chairman of the Atlantic City Airport. I had my ID with a picture that I'm chairman of an airport that I was flying into from Tampa to Atlantic City. I had my picture as a state fire and arson investigator, bomb squad guy, in my pocket with my picture, along with my driver's license. As American as can be, and I had all the ID to prove it. And this idiot looked at me, I need to see your scar. Well, I proceeded right there in the public line to take my pants down and show you. I said, you want to see a scar? I was so aggravated that I actually did that in Tampa Airport with about 200 people there. And what did they do? They applauded me and booed this guy.
You dropped your pants.
Right there. Right down to my underwear. And I said, there's the scar, because I'm all scarred up. And he had me so annoyed. And I have seen him get people out of wheelchairs to do this. And I said the famous thing to him, a lot of people, do I look like a terrorist? And then these TSA people, they take a little hitty-fitty, you know. But I just was so mad when I had I had all these pictures of me, who I am. And I said, it's my airport I'm flying into. I'm the head of the airport I'm flying into. And I had every credential in the world. I said, you think I'm happy having cancer in my leg and losing a lung and a leg? And I'm sitting here and you're embarrassing me in front of all these people. They're all standing in line and kind of mad because I'm holding them up. And he kept demanding to see it. And he said, we have a room over here. Oh, I wasn't going to no room, so I showed him the scar. So I dropped trowel, and there it was.